In our deeply interconnected world, certain places hold an outsized influence, where a single event can send shockwaves across the globe. I'm sure you've heard the news. There's one skinny stretch of water that can single-handedly shake global energy markets and impact the lives of billions. This is the Strait of Hormuz, and here's why this narrow passage matters far more than its modest size suggests. Geographically, the Strait of Hormuz is the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean. It sits strategically between Iran to the north and Oman's Musandam Peninsula to the south. At its narrowest point, the strait is just 21 miles wide, but the navigable channel for the world's largest tankers is even tighter. To manage the immense traffic, a formal traffic separation scheme, or TSS, is in place. This system creates 2-mile-wide shipping lanes, one for inbound traffic and one for outbound, separated by a 2-mile-wide buffer zone. This maritime highway is one of the busiest and most critical on the planet. Its importance stems from what flows through it: energy. Roughly 1/5 of the world's total oil consumption, which translates to about 21 million barrels per day, passes through this bottleneck. Major producers like Saudi Arabia, Iran, the UAE, Kuwait, and Iraq rely on it to get their crude oil to global markets. But it's not just oil. The strait is also a vital artery for liquefied natural gas, or LNG. Over a quarter of the world's LNG supply, primarily from Qatar and the UAE, is transported through these waters. Any disruption, therefore, doesn't just spike oil prices. It threatens electricity generation and heating for millions. This concentration of resources makes the strait a natural choke point and a geopolitical flashpoint. History has shown how vulnerable this passage can be. During the tanker war of the 1980s, attacks on oil tankers caused significant disruptions and a surge in insurance costs. Even minor incidents or heightened political tensions today can cause shipping delays, raise insurance premiums, and create uncertainty in energy markets. Because of this, security is a constant concern. The waters are heavily patrolled by regional navies, as well as international maritime forces. This multinational presence aims to ensure freedom of navigation and deter any potential threats, but the sheer volume of traffic in such a confined space means the risk of miscalculation is always present. So, what about alternatives? Can't we just bypass the strait? Pipelines do exist. For example, the UAE operates the Abu Dhabi crude oil pipeline, which can transport oil overland to the port of Fujairah, east of the strait. Saudi Arabia also has a pipeline to the Red Sea. However, the combined capacity of these pipelines is a fraction of the volume that passes through Hormuz daily. They simply cannot match the sheer scale and flexibility of tanker transport. Rerouting ships is not a viable option either. For vessels in the Persian Gulf, there is no other way out. The economic ripple effect of a disruption is immediate and far-reaching. A blockage or perceived threat would cause oil prices to skyrocket almost instantly, due to fears of a supply shortage. This isn't just an abstract number, it translates directly to what you pay at the gas pump. Furthermore, higher fuel costs increase transportation expenses for all goods, leading to inflation that affects everything from food prices at the grocery store to the cost of consumer electronics. Beyond geopolitics, navigating the strait presents its own natural challenges. Strong tidal currents, variable weather conditions, and relatively shallow depths in certain areas require skilled navigation. These environmental factors add another layer of complexity to an already congested and high-stakes waterway. Looking ahead, nations are exploring long-term strategies to mitigate their dependence on this single point of failure. This includes investing in renewable energy, diversifying supply chains, and developing more pipeline infrastructure. But for the foreseeable future, the global economy's reliance on the Strait of Hormuz remains absolute. Bottom line, what happens in this tiny stretch of water has the power to affect global stability and your daily life. That's why countries, corporations, and militaries watch it like hawks, ever vigilant over the world's most important choke point.